If you wash them, then you use them 3 days later, they've been sitting in moisture and mildew or mold is starting to grow. You don't want that. So just take them from the store, stick them in the refrigerator. Do not touch them. When you are ready to use them, that's the time to wash them very thoroughly, but just before you use them, okay? Frozen is fine. They're convenient. They're great. And don't add butter to them because that's going to ruin them. Right. For cinnamon, same story. Don't buy the first jar of cinnamon you see at the store. It probably isn't Ceylon cinnamon. The one you want is Ceylon cinnamon. Ceylon like Sri Lanka. That's the one you want. You will see Chinese cinnamon, Indonesian cinnamon, Saigon cinnamon. Those are cassia. Okay. Yes, they have a lot of bang. They taste just like it, but no. Ceylon cinnamon is the one you want. Organic is always better. Keep them in an airtight container and keep them in the dark. Keep them in a cool place. And your cinnamon's going to last a year, maybe more than that. Okay. All right. Let me come back. Why about the berries and the other foods? Give me this list. So berries were the top of the list. We talked about why. Number 2 on the list was cruciferous vegetables, which is broccoli, but it's also cauliflower, Brussels sprouts. That's the number 2 on the Harvard list of foods that were associated with weight loss as time went on. Number 3 was green leafy vegetables. So that could be spinach, it could be asparagus, all the greens. Also, this could be your salad greens. It doesn't have to be anything really terribly special. Melon is number 4, and that could be cantaloupe, watermelon. By the way, trick with melons. There's an observation about human nature that a cantaloupe left on your countertop will get ignored. It'll just gradually kind of get little dents in it, and eventually you just throw it away because nobody can somehow get together the 35 seconds required to cut it up. So it just goes bad. Don't do that. When you get a cantaloupe home from the store, cut it up. Cut it up right as soon as you do. Cut it into little dices and then put it in a jar, put it in the refrigerator. And everyone coming by the refrigerator, the cold museum that your refrigerator is that people look at, they will take your cut up melon and fill a little bowl with it, and it'll be gone just like that. Okay? So cut it up when you buy it. Citrus fruits was group number 5 in the Harvard list. That means oranges, grapefruits, but also surprisingly enough, it wasn't just the whole fruit, it was also juice. Now, if you said to me, whole fruit is better than juice, I agree. But in the Harvard study, juice counted. We're not going to badmouth juices. And number 6 was the legume group, beans, peas, lentils, in any form that they come in. So you take your black bean soup or a bean burrito. Soy products work fine, all of them. See, people will sometimes say, well, soy, I mean, you can make soy bacon. It's highly processed. Yes, but it beats the heck out of pork bacon, which is also highly processed. Is it not? I mean, what is pork bacon? You took feed grains or feedstuffs, fed it into a pig. A pig is a biological factory, effectively. And it transforms all the nutrients in the plants that the pig was fed into muscle tissue, which is then taken at slaughter. And you're going to compare that to, soybeans are processed as well into bacon, but it's always healthier than what it replaces. Okay. The power foods, let me kind of run you through a list of some of the ones that stood out the most to me. Cinnamon, hot peppers, ginger, all seem to work. All fruits, with the exception of avocados. Avocados are healthy in many ways. They contain monounsaturated fat, same as olive oil. That's great. But because they are so fatty, I mean, it's nothing like an orange or an apple. Avocados are really fatty. So if a person is trying to lose weight, I would suggest setting the avocados aside for the moment. About the legume group, all great, including the soybean products. Whole grains, all terrific, fine. And all the vegetables, all perfectly fine. Now, a word about sea vegetables. When I was growing up in Fargo, North Dakota, we wouldn't know a sea vegetable if it hit us in the head. It just wasn't our thing. But the sea vegetables contain iodine. They do. And iodine gives your thyroid gland at the base of your neck what it needs to make thyroid hormone, which is integral to maintaining a healthy metabolism. And people neglect this. People will Well, back in the 1920s, the Morton Company marketed iodized salt. They put it in a little canister with a girl and a umbrella on this little blue canister, iodized salt. Great, cool thing. I mean, they wiped out iodine deficiency practically in the United States. But we are modern people. We eat sea salt or Himalayan salt, kosher salt. It may not be iodized at all. If it's not specifically labeled, then it's not iodized salt. And so we're starting to see people where they're not getting the iodine they need, and into the rescue are the sea vegetables. So when you go to a sushi bar, say to the server, no fish sushi, I'm not that well insured, but get the cucumber roll or the sweet potato roll or the asparagus roll or the gourd roll. And there's a million of these and they're delicious, they're plant-based. And the wrap, the nori wrap, has lots of healthy iodine. Same with the wakame used in the miso soup or arame, which is on your salad. Oh, and by the way, in the Power Foods diet, I've got a wonderful cucumber arame salad on a hot summer day. So crispy, so delicious and delicate. Wonderful. Okay, so Power Foods do one of three things. They tame your appetite, or they trap calories, or they boost your metabolism. And I just want to walk you through all three of those because they're really, really cool. Appetite taming. Okay. How do I tame my appetite? How do I keep myself from overdoing it on food? Your body normally does this on its own, very naturally. Your digestive tract is monitoring the fact that you're eating and what you're eating. That's right. You eat some food, it goes down, it goes into your digestive tract, and your digestive tract makes GLP-1, that's glucagon-like peptide 1. GLP-1 goes to the brain, and its job is to tell your brain that it can turn off the appetite. Okay, your brain can stop prioritizing food. Because your digestive tract says, I've got all the food I can manage. I'm breaking down the food that you just swallowed. I'm digesting it. I'm absorbing it. Stop eating. So let me deal with the food that you just ate at this meal. So the GLP-1 goes to the brain and says, stop eating. The appetite's turn-off switch is activated. Now, Novo Nordisk decided we could make Wegovy. Wegovy is synthetic. It's a GLP-1 receptor agonist. It was originally marketed as Ozempic for diabetes treatments, the same drug marketed as Wegovy. It's semaglutide, and it's a powerful appetite suppressant. It comes with problems. The problems are nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, gallbladder disease, maybe pancreatic problems. A huge price tag, $15,600 a year. That's the current retail price. And one of the things that really bugs people is that although it causes weight loss for most people and often significant weight loss, noticeable weight loss, but then the weight loss, it sort of stops, you plateau. And when that happens, you think, well, you know, what am I doing wrong? Can I get a higher dose? I mean, I'm not quite at the weight I want it to be. And at that point, your doctor will tell you the bad news, which is, no, you're probably not going to lose any more weight. And no, you can't stop the drug either. Because you say, well, if I'm not getting any more benefit, can't I stop it? If you stop it, you regain the weight you lost, or most of it. So what that means is for the rest of your life, you're paying protection money to Novo Nordisk of currently 15,000 and some a year to stop yourself from regaining the weight. You know, what kind of diet tool is this if I have to pay forever and ever and ever for this benefit that I just got in the first couple of months and nothing else? I leave that to you. But I want to say a word of praise to Dr. Hanna Kaliova, who did an amazing study with her research colleagues. And she fed individuals a meat-based sandwich from McDonald's and measured the GLP-1 release in their bodies. And basically the answer was nothing. Meat-based meal did not cause much of any GLP-1 release. Okay, let's do this experiment again. Let's use a plant-based meal, see if that's any better.